Let's move to the next item, which is item number 7 on the agenda concerning the petition 1459 of 2012 by Judith Klein on behalf of Open Society Foundations, with the support of 12 associations concerning the investment of EU funds in residential centers for the disabled in certain member states of Central and Eastern Europe. The petitioner is present, and I would like to tell you that we will now take up the fact-finding visit to Slovakia on the 22nd and 23rd of September, and we look very much forward to that visit. And as you know, it is this petition that sort of forms the basis for our interest in visiting Slovakia. So, please, Mrs. Klein, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me to this meeting in preparation for your visit to Slovakia. You are in a privileged position. Your visit and your report could help give a group of people the greatest of gifts, the gifts of freedom and dignity, the fundamental rights that were taken away from them when they were placed in institutions. When you go to see institutions, when you compare life there with life that is possible when individuals are supported to live independently in the community, when you hear the stories of clients, only then can you really comprehend what institutions have taken away from these people and what you can help give back to them by pressuring the Commission and the member states to implement their legal obligations under the United Nations Convention on People with Disabilities. Then you will understand that with the right support, anyone can live in the community. If the proper support is available in the community, life is always better than it is in an institution. Let me tell you about Trajan. Trajan is a man who lives in one of our community homes in Croatia. If you were to visit him on a sunny day, it wouldn't be long before he goes outside, takes his shirt off, and stands in the sun. If it was raining, you'd see him go outside and take his shirt off and stand in the rain. Why? Trajan is deaf, blind, and dumb. He was put in an institution as a child because his family didn't know what to do with him. The institution didn't know what to do with him either. What do you do with someone who has such difficulties in communicating? Well, they didn't try to figure it out. Instead, they put him in solitary confinement. He had been there for 30 years when we found him. We got him out, and now every chance he gets, he goes outside to feel the elements that he's never felt before. He also loves to go for walks. We discovered these things because community living is based on choice. With help from assistance and a circle of support, individuals choose where they live, who they live with, what their life goals are, what to wear, what food to buy. Sometimes in extreme cases like this, it's very challenging to provide support, but it's always better in the community than an institution, and it's certainly possible. Institutional care involves a regime that's imposed on everyone. There is no one to ask what you want, whether that's what you want out of life or what you want for lunch. All choices are made for you. Recently, I met Ilona. She's an assistant who used to work in an institution, but has retrained to work in the community with clients who have left institutions. She said to me, "I wasted 20 years of my life working in an institution. I had to wash 60 people a day and change their nappies. It was like a factory. I'll never go back to that job. Now I see my clients develop, and I'm amazed. They can do things for themselves that I never imagined. They cook, they choose what to wear, they fold their clothes, they go out to visit friends and relatives, they have hobbies. Some have a girlfriend or boyfriend, others have a job. They're making their own lives. They're happy. I love my job now." Restricting someone's freedom, placing them under a regime. These are forms of punishment that our society reserves for criminals. How can we justify treating thousands of innocent Europeans this way? How can we justify it to the European taxpayer when EU money is funding it? With rising Euroscepticism, can the EU afford this kind of embarrassment? I'm delighted that the committee is being so active in monitoring the CRPD, and I'm also aware that there are limits to your powers. So I urge the committee to press the Commission to adopt the recommendations of the European Ombudsman following her investigation in 2014. She recommended that the Commission establish a transparent and accessible mechanism under which the Commission itself investigates complaints about EU funds being used in ways that violate fundamental rights. Despite some improvements in the new structural funds rules, Member States will still be able to invest money in institutions without the Commission finding out. If you only remember one thing from this presentation, it should be this. In 20 years that I've been working in this field, no client that I know of who's left an institution has ever asked to go back. Help us give these people back their freedom and dignity. Thank you for your attention. I remain at your disposal.
Thank you for your presentation. It did make a change. And it is recorded, and I also would like you to know that it's web streamed, so people out there in Europe, in all the 28 member states, are following closely what's happening in this field. So thank you for your devotion, thank you for your passion and compassion, and for your inspiration.